everyone. It's Thursday night once again here on Quantum GK. I'm your host, Donna Reyes. And with me this evening is a young lady out of Chicago, Illinois. We actually work, I guess, closer together because literally we're closer together. We're in the same city or state, right? And she's a nurse by profession, but she's also involved in many things. She has a lot of passion. She's a travel agent. She's a life and health producer or agent, right? Or maybe not agent, but a producer. Let's talk. We'll talk more about that a little bit when a little bit later. But please welcome Miss Jean Gavina.
Thank you, Ate Donna, for having me.
Hello, thank you for joining us this evening. I know you're a busy lady, right? And so we know that we really appreciate that you took time out this evening to chat with us and our friends here in GK USA and also GK Philippines, because we have audience also in the Philippines and maybe in other parts of the world as well, where they support the work of Gawad Kalinga. How have you been?
I'm good. How are you?
Great, I'm wonderful. All right, so let's get it started. First of all, one thing that I'm sure, people who have seen the announcement about you coming on tonight, the first thing they'd probably notice is these two make a lot of interest, right? So let's talk about that. You're a nurse by maybe not by profession, but that's your training, right? But
yeah, I have a background in health administration and also in nursing.
All right, and you work for a big healthcare insurance company.
I
Right?
do. Yes, Blue Cross Blue Shield is the company that I work for.
Okay,
Downtown Chicago. Yes.
And what do you do there?
There, I'm actually, my title is a clinical strategy manager. And part of that work is really designing and developing and innovating clinical programs that help support our members and that go out into the market. So we create like case management programs, different ways and initiatives to really move the needle in the healthcare space.
And now you're also a licensed in life and health insurance. Is that a requirement of your job, or was that just something that you were interested in, knowing about and a field that you're interested in getting into?
Yeah, that's definitely not something that is a requirement in the work that I do, but I wanted to, as usual, I'm probably tapping into all these different things and trying things out, and I actually decided to just take the test to kind of learn about the life and health producer, because I feel like it is something that it can help in people's many life events, selling life insurance, being able to sell health insurance to people sometimes, can really help with many people's life situations.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Obviously, I'm also a life and health producer. I'm a life and health insurance agent, but I know too, and I've worked with United Healthcare. Oh my goodness, 20 plus years ago. That was my second job here when I moved in the US. And I can tell you that, having a health insurance license, maybe not so much on the life side of it, but having a health insurance is definitely a plus, right? In the industry, the health insurance industry, because you just understand the laws a little bit more, right? And how health plans work and that kind of stuff. So, but also you're a travel agent. Where do you even, squeeze all of these in?
I am. I actually was able to connect with someone who actually has a travel agency, and he was talking more about it, invited me to learn about his process, to learn about his business. And then since I enjoy traveling, I thought this would be a perfect fit, and decided once again to try out being a travel advisor. I think a lot of the things that I like to do in terms, many people are still, probably a lot of my family and friends are still trying to figure out where all of these decisions are coming from. And I guess my focus is more really trying to do things that I have a passion for, that I love, that really helps me with some of my different life events, right? I travel for me is a way for me to relax, to be able to connect with people, to be able to try different foods, to be able to see the world in a different state other than being in the US. Like I feel that you can learn a lot with traveling and all the different things that you see.
And you know what they say too, it's the best educator or education, right? Is to travel and experience the world and culture and, people and that kind of stuff. So, but there's more. But there's more. I'm not sure if I saw it in the announcement or, the background information that I was given, but I just know this for a fact that you also are a licensed esthetician, right?
Yes, that's true. I I am also a licensed esthetician. So a few years
And you have
ago,
your own and you have your own business too, don't you? Or
I do. It's called Fresh Day Skincare, and it's a salon that is based in a neighborhood in Chicago, in Lincoln Square. And I just recently opened, maybe about 2 years ago. So yeah, so I am also a licensed esthetician because my passion or my dream or maybe a goal of mine is really to create a wellness program. Health and wellness is very important to me. And so I try to dabble in all different things of life, right? And I feel, I actually decided, I was like, oh, let me see how it would be like to take a class in an esthetician. And during actually that course, I actually fell in love with it. It actually, call this selfish, I guess. It actually relaxes me when I am actually doing people's facials. And it's a compliment that whenever I'm doing someone's facial, that they end up snoring. So in a way, for me, it's a way of me giving back. These days, people, there's many things that people worry about. People are stressed. And for me, I enjoy getting facials. I enjoy getting massages. And this is a way for me to be able to find ways to help people relax, be able to feel calmer and to feel good about themselves after each treatment.
you have a few that's all there. It's amazing how you can find time and energy and all of these things that you're passionate about, or you got you started doing. But I know you're very energetic. I love your energy.
Thank you.
And proof to that is what we're going to talk about, your involvement in the community. But before we get to that part of our conversation here, I'd like to read some of oh my goodness, the comments on GKUSA's Facebook page is just exploding.
Oh, this is going to be interesting. I wonder who's on right now.
All right. Well, we have a greeting from Dominique Rosales. She says, "Go Jean," from Virgie Balicha. I hope I'm not butchering your name. Good morning from Baguio City, Philippines.
Hi. From the Philippines. How nice.
Balbarin. Hi, Marisol. Power Girls in the house.
Hi, Ate Marisol. Woohoo!
From Samantha Del Mundo Arceta. Yay, Jean.
Hi, Sam.
From Dulce Rivera. Boeing Dulce Rivera. I don't know if that's her name.
Okay. Yeah.
From Tampa GK. Also from Sonia Capon. Good morning. From Alang Alang, Leyte, Philippines. From Shine.
Hi, Shine.
Cav DOC. Hi, Jean. Thank you, Sam. Okay, and then I guess, okay, Lainey C.
Oh yeah, she's from Portland. Hi, Lainey.
Okay, is that how you pronounce her last name though? Is it C or is she? Sorry, sorry, Lainey, if I'm butchering it. She says, hello, Jean. And then from Michelle Lammers Ayala. Hello, Jean from the Ayalas.
Oh, hi.
Oh my goodness,
everyone.
I swear to you, we've never had these many greetings before. You're quite popular.
I don't know about popular.
Victorio, go.
Oh, hi, FC. That's my cousin.
From Lainey C again, that's awesome. Try different things that you enjoy to do. Okay, awesome. All right, thank you. Thanks everyone for sending in your greetings. Okay, so we have your first question
Oh God, here we go. I'm on the hot seat. Let's see if I
from
can answer it.
Michelle Lammers Ayala.
Oh God.
What or who inspires you to do all that you do?
For me, that's a good question, actually. Thanks, Michelle, for that. For me, I think who inspires me is actually my family and friends. Oh gosh, I hope I don't cry when I'm talking about them. Okay, hold on, let me pause. I get very emotional when I talk about my family and friends because they're very, very near and dear to my heart. I'm not supposed to, okay.
No, you're doing great. You're doing great.
Yeah. I don't, they just inspire me to be my very best. You know, the memories that I always create with them is just always so beautiful. You know, during difficult times, they've always been there for me. Now I'm crying. Sorry. But
You're
yeah,
fine.
so they're really my inspiration and why I do the things that I do. You know, I try to create lasting memories with them. You know, they help me during very difficult times, like I said. They help me to laugh, you know, um, do the things that I love. They support me, especially when I need time, when I need help with things, and just always being there for me, and just knowing even me not having to say anything, the ones that I'm very close to, they just know whenever I need somebody, and they're always there for me to depend on. And for that, I'm always grateful.
Awesome, awesome. No, I mean, yeah, it's that
Thanks for making me cry,
support,
Michelle.
the support we get from our family and friends. I mean, that's really crucial in pursuing what we love to do and our interests and all of that, right? I mean, it just makes things a lot easier. It just makes things more, I guess, manageable when things go a little bit crazy,
Yes.
you know, with our juggling acts and all of that, right? Well, here's my question though. Out of the many interests that you have and many things that you pursue, which one of those really, I guess, is closest to your heart? I hope it's not like picking your favorite child.
Wait, so I'm sorry,
Out of
out
the
of,
many things, many interests that you have, many things that
yeah,
you're involved in and you're pursuing, which one is closest to your heart?
I think that would probably be my career in nursing. You know, I think, you know, being a nurse is a very um, honorable job. You know, being able to be there for people at the time when they're most vulnerable, when they're sick. That is one of the things that I enjoy doing. You know, I actually worked in the ICU at some point. The reason I went back to school for nursing was my dad was sickly when I was growing up. He was on dialysis, had a kidney transplant, and had sorry many strokes. So I went back to school for nursing to be able to better understand how to take care of him. Uh, yeah, so for me, the one that I say is most dear to my heart is my career in nursing.
So you weren't, so when you say you went back to school for nursing, that wasn't your first, I guess, major or
No, it wasn't actually. It's funny because my mom, I could say she's a typical Filipino in this case. She said, "Why don't I go back for nursing? I'll always have a job." And growing up, I said, "Oh, I don't want to be a nurse." And here I am. I would say that that is probably one of my most successful careers. That gives
so
me
what did you
gratitude.
study before nursing?
Health administration and a minor in business. So that was my original, and that's what I do now. Is a lot of the clinical strategy managers what I do. You know, I stepped away from nursing when my dad had passed away. You know, I needed a break because um, I wanted to be able to take time to be able to take care of myself. So I decided that the best thing for me was to step away from nursing to be able to, you know, get my head straight. You know, I had a lot of different emotions when my dad had passed away. And, you know, I feel, you know, whenever I'm taking care of my patients, you know, I remember, I, I take it to heart, I guess. I remember my very first patient that died. Um, I actually started really, really crying and sobbing more, a little bit more than the family when I was in the room. And I felt really bad that they ended up giving me tissue and like consoling me. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. So,
Oh my
for
goodness.
yeah. So, you know, being in the ICU, it can be a little bit stressful. And for me, you know, having to have lost my dad at that time, I felt it was best that I stepped away for a little bit. And ever since, I guess I would say I haven't been back. I mean, I did do a COVID vaccine administration. So yeah, I did go back for a little bit during the time when COVID, well, we're still in COVID times, but I decided to go back for a little bit to give back to the community and administer COVID vaccines.
Well, you obviously have an empathetic heart. Like you can really feel for, you know, what people are going through and all of that. And, you know, and obviously that's probably what also led you to Gawat Kalinga and all of the other um, activities in the community that you're involved with, right? But um, so, well, let's talk about, you mentioned, you know, COVID-19 in the pandemic. So I'd like to talk a little bit more about that before we get into what you're doing for Gawat Kalinga and maybe how you know, how you came to know about Gawat Kalinga. But how has the past, you know, like almost 18 months now going on since the pandemic, how has that been for you and what have you been busy with?
So, normally, if you know me well enough, I'm the type of person that always likes being out, being around people. And in the beginning, for me, I actually enjoyed the time being home. It allowed me to actually slow down a bit. I don't know if people would think that I slowed down, but you know, I was cooking more, and it helped me kind of um, figure out what it was that I wanted to do next. And then a year came, and then after that, I changed my mind and said, nope, I'm ready to start figuring out doing more things. And then started working on, you know, like my website for my business. Um, really, I then volunteered for, well, I am currently volunteering for PhilPro as a secretary. I'm also volunteering for another organization based out in Chicago called Live Every Second. And so that year, I guess the first year of being in social distancing kind of taught me to slow down a bit. I was actually able to connect with folks during meetings, and more so like we were all talking virtually and catching up with how people were doing. So it gave me time to check up on people to see how folks were doing, be able to um, slow down and figure out what my next steps would be in life. And hence all the other things that have been added to my portfolio has occurred since then.
And I know I was one of those people you reached out to and kind of just checked in, you know, how Rabbi and I are doing, and we truly appreciate that. And, you know, I think one thing too that this pandemic, what we learned out of this pandemic that is still going on, by the way, so you guys be safe and, you know, and healthy, is that, you know, just how important relationships are, right? How important presence is when you cannot be like physically present, you know, to see your family, right? To make sure you're to obviously protect them as well for people who, you know, have elderly parents, right? And you know, not being able to see your friends, um, you know, but it just really teaches us how presence is so important. And it may not be physical presence as we are limited because of the pandemic, but just letting people know that you're there for them, that you're thinking about them, that you're praying for them, I think is even more important. And I think we feel that even more, like we feel the need of that, right? To reach out and for us to also feel, you know, like we can appreciate it more when people check in with you to make sure that you're doing okay, right? All right. Well, I want to talk about your involvement with Gawad Kalina, but let me read some more shout outs um, and greetings. All right. Okay. All right. From Tita Josie. Hi, Tita Josie. This is her.
Hi, Tita Josie.
She says, hi, Jean. Thanks for lending us your energy and zest for life. I agree.
Thank you.
From Marisol Balberine again. Jean, as always, your laugh is just contagious.
Oh, thanks, Ate. Miss you.
From Maricel Villanueva, two energetic ladies.
Hi, Ate.
That is so funny. Actually, I was gonna say while you were sharing all that, like I can see like a younger version of me and you. Like I can totally relate to the many things that we're interested in, right? And just having this energy that we just have to, you just have to use that energy to something and not, we get restless when we're not doing
well,
it.
hopefully I'm going to be able to do more things like you at
Oh
when
my
I get to your
goodness.
age.
Oh, I'm already feeling feeling the age. From Alan Rosaga's hygiene, from Sherry Torresers.
Taurus are Stefan. Hi, Sherry. Hi,
Alan. Easton is waving. And
hi, Easton. That's my godson.
All right, from Lindsay Ann, we love you, Jean.
Oh, that's my cousin. Hi, Liz.
Thank you for everyone in the community. Oh my gosh, lots of love. Lucinda Harriman.
Hi, Lucinda.
Oh go Jean G. And then from Sunshine Cab, go Jean, we love you, family.
Love you too.
All right, awesome. So, okay, so let's talk about how you came to know about Gawad Kalina.
So actually, it started, so I was looking to buy tickets to the Lea Salonga concert, and Gawad Kalinga Chicago was selling it, and we wanted to buy, my family, my cousins wanted to buy something, I think it was around Mother's Day, for our moms. And so I had met, JP had introduced me to Ati Leslie, who's the area director for Chicago, and letting me know that Gawad was selling tickets to the Lea Salonga concert. And so that was the very first time I'd heard about Gawad Kalinga. And I liked the fact that, part of the proceeds were going to a non-for-profit, and I'd never heard about Gawad Kalinga until then. And then it was only after that, well, actually, during that concert, Ati Leslie actually gave us t-shirts. So part of if you were purchasing t-shirts if you're purchasing tickets for the event, I don't know, I have this thing for free t-shirts, I guess. This is how I meet people, because that's how I met Everett. I wanted a free t-shirt, and that's how him and I met. Well, I was like, I have this thing for free t-shirts, I guess. But anyways, with these free t-shirts, I meet good people. But so we each got free t-shirt, and I wanted to learn more about Gawad Kalinga, and I wanted to do more to give back to the Philippines, because a lot of my work was, with American Cancer Society, the Alzheimer's Association. I went on a immersion trip to El Salvador. I went on a health immersion trip. I studied abroad in Africa to learn about the health disparities within Kenya and Tanzania. And for me, I think, a part of me when my dad had passed away, or many of my other loved ones that were very near and dear to my heart, it wanted me to stay connected to my heritage and my roots. So I decided that I wanted to find an organization that would give back to where my family is from, where my roots, where I started. And I guess maybe in due time, sometimes when I ask things from God, it just comes. And this is how it came to be. I wanted tickets to Lea Salonga. I got a free t-shirt, and that's how I learned about Gawad Kalinga, and I wanted to learn more.
So is it true? So Leslie tells me, hi Leslie, if you're watching.
Hi, Ate Les. Oh, is she on?
I'm not sure. I haven't
seen
a greeting or whatever, but she's the one who reminded me to make sure that the announcement goes out. I said, it's been out since August 8th. So it looks like she might have just missed it, but I'm pretty sure she didn't forget about you guesting tonight. But she told me that the first time you guys talked about Gawad Kalinga, like you were at their house for like hours and hours, and you were just so excited and so passionate about, about what Gawad Kalinga does, and what you can do, the group can do together and things like that.
Yes.
And one of the programs or one of the things that you are championing right now is a health program, right? Is that
Yes.
one of your projects? Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Sure. So my goal with the health education program, like a lot of the questions were geared when I was talking to Ate Leslie about like, what are we doing? How is the healthcare there in the Philippines, especially specifically for Gawad Kalinga? And one of my goals in developing this health education program is to I want to arm others with resources and find ways to like improve one's health. Because I think, being in good health, it allows you to have more opportunities to be able to spend more time with loved ones and to really experience many, many, many more of life's like wonderful moments. Like for me, I've been fortunate enough to been given different opportunities. I've been able to have food on the table, clothes, clothing on my body, a roof over my head. And, this was a way for me to be able to give back, and like really helping to like build a future for others to be able to live their dreams and really giving them opportunities that they may not have been able to really achieve because of their situation. Health is one of your most valuable assets. Without it, there's nothing, right?
Absolutely.
Health doesn't discriminate. Everyone can get it. And in a blink of an eye, you're gone, right? If you don't take care of yourself. And for me, that impacts the people that have been a part of your life once you're gone. And hopefully, yeah. And so those are one of the reasons, well, many reasons as to why, for me, developing a health program is important. And if anyone wants to volunteer and help implement this, everyone is welcome. So join me in this journey of improving people's health, specifically in the Philippines and in the Dawa community.
And yeah, I mean, I cannot agree more with, like health is obviously, like the health challenges here in the US being a first world, country, and the health challenges in the Philippines being a developing country are different, right? I mean, you go, I think you've gone to Gawad Kalinga village, haven't you?
I have. I actually, first one was Enchanted Farm. And then I also was able to see the Tolosa in Leyte, the GK Chicago GK community. So I was able to, I was fortunate enough in 2019, right before COVID hit, to be able to visit both.
Awesome. And those communities touched by Gawad Kalinga, and those residents in those villages are now have a much better life, right, than those who still live in the slums or are still in dire poverty. Those people don't even get basic medical services, like basic health services, right? And so, what you do, the program you started is so very important. And I echo what your invitation to everyone. I know we have a lot of nurses, right? You don't even have to be a nurse, but I guess especially so if you're in the healthcare, in the healthcare field, this is a great way for us to give back, right? To like Jean said a few minutes ago, to the land of, where our parents were born, or our ancestors were born, if our parents were born here. But, that's really a great way to really reach out and help people in those, in those areas where healthcare is much needed. All right. So what are your, well, before we talk about plans in the future and all of that, I know you're getting into another call after this. So I'm like trying to manage my time. Okay, I gotta get in all my 4 questions before I let her go. Okay, so you were at the Young Adult Summit, which actually really, prompted me to extend this invitation to you. And because I want you to talk about, what, what I guess, people your age can do or, might be able to do and stuff like that. But first of all, what did you think about the Young Adult Summit? Can you talk to us a little bit more about that, your own personal, I guess, experience and what your takeaways are?
Sure. Whenever I join those the GK events, specifically when Francis is holding them, he's very inspiring. So it's motivating. It is a reminder of what my meaning and purpose. Sometimes you forget with all the things that are going on in life, sometimes life gets busy. And then having to have been able to attend that youth summit, I wouldn't say I'm that young anymore. But I just act young. But
and you look young.
Thanks.
You definitely are a young adult, as far as I'm concerned.
It's actually kind of funny because at the last, when she first met me, she actually said, I want you to be the youth director for GK. And I said, how old do you think I am? And she thought I was in my 20s. I'm way past that, but I'm not telling you the age. Anyways, but just younger than Ate Dana. But anyways, yeah. So for me, joining that youth summit, it was great to see others who were young and willing and wanting to really give back and provide service to the community. Some of the things, there were breakout rooms where we were able to talk about how we can engage more the youth to be able to be more involved with Gawad Kalinga and how to share our story to bring hope to the Filipino community. And really something that resonated with me was, this always sticks in my head whenever I hear this from Francis. It's like, devoting time, talent, and treasure, right? Like, depending on the age, not everyone is able to financially contribute, but there's different ways of giving back, right? You can donate your time, volunteer hours, offer days of service, with your talent, you can definitely use your expertise. We're always needing different types of skill sets where people who are technology savvy can create marketing material for Gawad Kalinga. They can help with the health education program, help fundraise. They may not necessarily have to donate money, but the time and the resources to be able to help, share our mission is always welcome, and what I say to the youth or even anybody is, volunteer and give back, because I feel that things will come back to you tenfold. I don't know what it is, but for some reason, whenever I give back, I get more. And I maybe it's a selfish thing that I'm doing it, but it's for me, I don't think it is. I just feel like the people that I've come across with all the times that I've volunteered, I've connected with or networked with, I tell people I have a lot of family. They're very loving. They're very supportive. I have my close friends, and anyone that I meet after, a certain time period is just an added blessing. And because of the things that I've been able to do to give back, I've connected and met such wonderful, wonderful people that are now part of my circle that just even makes me want to give more and give back. And people think I'm probably like, there goes more stuff she's gonna do again. But I love it. This is what drives me and what motivates me. Yeah.
You're such a sweetheart. I can, I'm one of those. I'm pretty sure all of your friends here, speaking of family and friends, you do have a lot of family and friends. And I'm pretty sure everyone will agree just how sweet you are and so thoughtful, and you're just really a joy to be around with. We haven't really
thank you.
all that much because both you and I are crazy things. So it's kind of like these two people like running around, like, we don't really get to, hang out a lot. But in the few times I've hanged out with you, even the first time that I met you, to be honest, I can really feel your your sincerity and your warmth. And I think, we need more people like that, right? Because that's
Oh,
what Gawad Kalina really
oh,
needs.
thank you. Oh, I don't
No,
know.
I
I'm
mean,
just being myself.
and yourself is fabulous. It's so
Oh, thank you.
an amazing human being. All right. So from Lainey C, she says, if I can have 25% of your energy, I'm good.
Oh, thanks, Lainey.
From Brian Torio, hi, Jean, looking good. You go.
Hi, Brian.
All
He's
right.
good at making coffee. He makes
Oh,
me
okay.
coffee.
Awesome. And then from, is it Seda? Sienna?
Saida, that's my sister-in-law. Hi,
Sienna. All right. Hi, Auntie Net.
Saida. Oh, that's my niece and nephew probably saying hi.
Oh, okay. All right. Awesome. Okay. So what's next for you for Gawad Kalinga, the health program that you started? I know you invited people to volunteer. So what kind of things what kind of help do you need to get your project?
So for me, I I'm really gonna connect, it kind of I had to pivot a bit because one of the things was trying to visit different sites of where I could implement it originally in the Philippines. We've decided to pilot in Tolosa. We were able to meet with the municipal health system there and talk to a few doctors who are willing to help, share some of their services and teach some of the folks who are willing to learn. So the next step for me is really now implementing and integrating some of the current things that Gawad Kalinga has in terms of like health and wellness programs. And then I was able to connect with actually a dentist office in the actually here in the US, based on in San Francisco, who's willing to donate like supplies and equipment, and they're willing to go out and do several visits over there. Unfortunately, that's not something we can do at the moment. But for me right now, it's really strategizing and determining like maybe, like the direction I want, well, not, I guess not necessarily the direction of really kind of getting people and resources to really help develop this program more, and seeing where we should focus on, or there are folks that want to focus on creating like a trip when we can have like dentists go out there, and then another quarter, maybe have nurses go out there, and then another time, maybe doctors, or a combination of both, and really kind of developing the training materials. So for me, I'm looking for folks that can translate some of the material in English that I will develop and create with other folks, and translate it in Tagalog. Maybe then they can also teach me how to speak Tagalog too. But yeah,
You can
so
watch Dolphy movies like Robbie did.
Oh, I remember my aunts and my uncles used to watch him. He's the funny guy, right? Doesn't he have like lots of kids?
Yeah, but
The comedian, right?
Yeah, he passed away already, actually, a few years ago. So he's a comedian. He's a well-known comedian that Robbie, used to watch his movies so he can learn to speak Tagalog when he was courting me.
Oh,
So actually, I was joking. Huh?
Did he use a lot of those lines on you?
Well, he did, and I was like, why is he talking weird? But okay, so you need
money's fine too. Donations of money is fine. Tita Josie said she'll match if I raise X amount of money. Up to X amount. I remember her saying that. Hopefully, I'm not telling
Tita Josie.
Hello, Tita Josie. I remember her saying that.
How much are we matching, Tita Josie, so we can start working on it?
Yes.
Okay, so do you need nurses then, dentists, or not necessarily?
Not necessarily. I mean, it would be nice to have folks in the healthcare space, but I also want to be able to implement something where people who are not clinician or not in the healthcare space can really do things. It's not about just like your blood pressure. Sometimes it's like doing routine health maintenance stuff that we can do every day. People can teach people how to eat properly, like what to avoid. Maybe we need chefs who can, teach them what not to use and how to modify a recipe. Maybe it's someone who does yoga, because I feel like health isn't just, it's a combination of things. It's a balance, right? It's about your body, mind, and spirit, right? And I feel that if you're able to achieve that balance between the three, like that is you reach your optimal well-being, right? And so I I think with health, it can mean many different things. And yes, the clinical part where all the research and science is, that's where we'll need like the dentists, the nurses, the doctors, but also folks just want to, you know, um, do like Zumba classes, or, you know, not only is part of health is also like music therapy is another thing. If people can play music, I recently just went to the Van Gogh Museum this week on my day off because I have family here from California. Two of my nieces, they play the piano, and I'm now growing and having an appreciation for music and art. I mean, I stink at drawing, but I stink at drawing. I'm not very good at playing the piano, but having to see that was very relaxing for me. So I feel like there's just many things that you can encompass in terms of health. And it's not just the scientific part of it, but it's also other things that help to make you feel relaxed, to help you feel calm and be.
And impacts your wellness. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. And, you know, I'm glad you mentioned it a while ago too, how, you know, how people who attended the Young Adult Summit can, you know, you gave them ideas on how to volunteer their time or what they can contribute and everything. And we've actually gotten a few people who reached out to our executive director, Maricel Villanueva. And I also have actually some students from University of Illinois reached out to me, like literally just today. I got an email from them, and they also want to, you know, discuss and, you know, explore the possibility of partnering together, because like you said, you know, there's so many things that, you know, that people can do. I think it was Rose Cabrera who was a guest in on Quantum GK as well, and she was the previous executive director, actually the first executive director of Galkalina here in the US. She said that whatever your interests are, whatever, you know, whatever talents or whatever skills you have, there's always going to be a place for you in GK, right? And I absolutely agree. All right, so some more greetings before I have like 3 minutes, right? Great with time.
You have 7. You can keep going to 7:50.
All right, so let's see. From Hi, Auntie Net from Sayada.
Sayada, okay, so that's
your nephew. Your nephew.
Yeah, my niece or my nephew who loves BTS.
Okay. And then, oh, love BTS. I love that BTS too. All right, from Christine Borja Jacinto.
Oh, hi, that's my cousin.
All right. And then you do.
Hi, Noah. Hi, Kaylin. Hi, Alexi. Hi, Cassie. I have to say hi. These people tell me you need to say hi to me. I'm like, okay, hi, everyone.
All right. And from Sherry again, she says, Easton says, bye. I have to go sleep now. Good job. Good job, Auntie.
Thanks, Easton.
So sweet. Okay, from Mark Gavina.
That's my brother.
Yeah, let's see what he says. Hold on. Oh, sorry, I lost it.
Hi, Addie.
I'm putting you all in suspense. Hello, what is your favorite Filipino dessert?
Okay, is that what my brother said? Who said that?
Your brother, Mark Gavina.
Yeah.
Asking, what is your favorite Filipino dessert?
So I have a weakness for all Filipino desserts, but my favorite of all time is buko pandan.
Ding, ding, ding. I think somebody guessed it.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, I thought I saw it at the, yeah, he says, well, he guessed it, buko pandan.
Oh, well, I'm glad he knows me.
All right, yeah, good to know, right? You only like to, you know, like live together for, you know, before adult life, I suppose.
Yeah.
From Maricel, she says, Jean can pronounce Tolosa now. Yay.
Oh, did I pronounce it right? I was actually scared that I was like, oh my God, they're going to make fun of me again.
Yeah, she says, we teased her mercilessly in the van with her Telosa. And oh my gosh, this is so funny what he said. You spelled it so funny too. She interviewed the vice mayor at length about the health needs of the community and pursuing solutions. Problem solver. That's Jean. All right, awesome.
Oh, thank you.
All right, let's see. What else do we have here? And oh, is that it? No, hold on. You have a lot of, okay. Oh, so from Mark, he says, what about your ading?
That's my brother, Ading. It's an
Adi.
Ilocano. Yeah.
Do you
Younger
speak
brother.
Ilocano though?
No, I don't speak. I just speak English.
Okay. But do
No,
you understand
but
Ilocano though?
so I understand. So my family grew up speaking Ilocano, Pangasinan, and Tagalog, all three. So
Okay.
I understand bits and pieces of it, but we don't hear it as much anymore. That I'm losing it. I mean, I could sing Tagalog. I could sing karaoke in Tagalog.
You can read, so you can read
I can
the
read it. I don't know
lines.
what I'm saying.
So see, you're better than Robbie. Robbie cannot read the lines.
Yes, my favorite song
Better,
is
but he
one of my
couldn't
favorite.
before.
I always like to. I gravitate to Lea Salonga songs, and then also my one of my favorites now is the one from Ikaw, called Ikaw by Yang Constantino.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So then you'll be happy to know too, and you probably know this already, that Leah is one of the first ambassadors of Gawad Kalinga. You know that, right? Or you didn't?
No, I didn't.
Yeah. So she was one of the
Wow.
first ambassadors of Gawad Kalinga. And like
wow.
back in the 20 plus years ago when Gawad
Yeah.
Kalinga started. Awesome. All right. What else? So one of your fences. She says, Sayana says, Miles wants you to sing Dynamite.
No.
Dynamite by BTS.
Everyone's gonna drop off the phone if you have me sing.
We'll have you in concert next time. Maybe KTK, Quentin GK, yeah, the concert.
No, we'll have my nephew dance.
Playing Jin Gavina.
No, trust me. You do not want me singing. Everyone's gonna step away and I'm gonna kick everyone out. They're not gonna want to volunteer anymore.
I'm pretty sure you're not that bad. But okay, so we have about 3 minutes left, and I want to honor your time and obviously the time you need to spend with other organizations, because obviously their cause is also as important. But what will be your message to to people, to young adults who are maybe looking for something meaningful to be a part of? What would be your message to them?
For me, I think it's do something that aligns with your purpose and why. Finding ways that create positive impact in the world. Whether it is through like giving back to the community, just be kind to others. You never know what people are going through, and maybe even just smiling at them will help make their day brighter. Don't ever stop learning. Grow as a person, keep growing, keep learning. I think that's one of the things that I love to do. I'm learning through all walks of life, whether they're my nephew who's 4, my aunts who are senior citizens. I'm always learning from people, and don't connect with people. You can always learn something from others. And don't really always compare yourself to others, because I don't think you'll ever find happy. You won't ever be happy if you're always comparing yourself to others. Do things that make you happy, and touch someone's soul with kindness and love. That's one thing. And I'd like to actually end in one of the quotes that I found or found when I was much younger, and it has resonated with me, has always stuck by me, and it's by Stephen Graylet. And for me, the quote is, "I expect to pass through this world but once. Any good, therefore, that I can do, or any kindness that I can show to any fellow creature, let me do it now. Let me not defer or neglect it, for I shall not pass this way again." So with that, that's what I'd like to leave for everybody.
That's beautiful. I mean, the fact that you memorize those lines, I know that you have really, ingrained it in your heart. I see it in your actions. That wasn't just talk, you guys. Those people who may not know Gene, I know you get a lot of support from your family and friends here who, greeted you and asked you questions and cheered for you. I think that in itself is really a testament to the person that you are. And like I said, even though we haven't really spent a lot of time with each other, you're truly one of the nicest, kindest people I know. And I know a lot of people.
Oh, thank you.
That.
Yeah, I'm human. I make mistakes. I can be angry too. Yeah, just sharing. Life wouldn't be life if you didn't have bloopers or insecurities.
Of course, yeah. And we're allowed to get mad sometimes too, right?
Yes.
Angry and, and all of that. But I think, like you said, at the end of the day, if you all pursue, kindness and, and reaching out to people, like you said, smiling at people and just reaching out, right? I think that will make for a much, much better world. All right. Well, thank you so much, Jean, for joining us this evening.
Thank you for having me, Ate Donna. If we were in person, I'd give you a hug.
Oh, me too. Yeah. I can't wait. Wait. I hope you all get to see each other again soon. I think the last time we saw each other was at Leslie's 50th birthday.
Oh yeah, that was like one of the best parties I
wasn't
went
it?
In a while.
You guys did a great job hosting it too.
Oh, thank you. Yes, Everett and I, my partner in crime.
Awesome. Yes, awesome. Well, thank you everyone for joining Jean and me this evening. Make it a habit every Thursday night at 5 p.m. Pacific. Join us in another episode of Kwentong GK. Good night, everyone.
Good night. Thank you, everyone.